housekeepers, they work hard and deserve our respect as well. So to successfully pull off this convention, thank you, we rely on the sponsorship of some great unions. I would like to acknowledge them now for all their support. 1199 SEIU, AFGE, AFSCME, AFSCME Local 371, AFT, APWU, CSEA, CWA, DC 37, firefighters, bricklayers and allied crafts, the mine workers, the machinists, New York State AFL-CIO, New York State Nurses Association, the painters, SEIU, UAW Ford, UFT, UFCW, and the steelworkers. Thank you all again for your support of CBTU and our programs, especially in these financially difficult times. I think a sign of these troubling times is the fact that we keep growing chapters. Our communities are organizing and fighting back. President Melvin will now be joining me on stage to announce the official charter for our new CBTU chapters.
Good evening. Good evening. Could we have the region rep for Region 8 please come forward? Gene Hervey. At this convention, the Executive Council of the CBTU issued and approved 3 charters for new chapters within the organization. We are growing and we are working very hard. Gene Hervey has been doing a stupendous job in not only working to build up the capacity of the chapters within her region, but also reaching out and starting new chapters. So we have a new chapter in San Antonio, Texas. Where the thing at? And we're going to present this to Gene Hervey, the Region 8 representative, the charter for the new chapter.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Tonight, we had the president of the San Antonio chapter was supposed to be here, and I'm going to ask for a special prayer for his health. While he was here this week, yesterday, he had a heart attack. He is in the hospital at Tulane Hospital, a mile away from this hotel, and I asked a special prayer for him. And I also wanted to say this. Mary Finger, retiree from UFCW, was instrumental in establishing this chapter. Mary is away with the death in her family, and we ask for prayers for her as well. But this chapter is up and running. They have already set out their strategic plan, and they are doing great things in San Antonio, and I'm very proud of them. Thank you so much to CBTU.
Also, the delegates this year modified our Constitution to add a new region to our Constitution, putting Region 7 to be the region for Michigan, the state of Michigan. And so Michigan would not be outdone, Region 7. They not only came in, they wanted a new region, but they also came in with 2 new chapters. When I asked the new acting region representative from Region 7, come on up here. Mr. Cool. Look at him. Frank Woods. Come on, Frank. And the 2 new chapters is Flint, Michigan, and Canton. All right, and I'm gonna present these to Frank right now. Frank? Thank you.
Thank you. It's been an honor and pleasure to be here this week. A lot of work. And I'm honored to have Region 7 Michigan back. A lot of Michigan Region 7 members, please stand. Come on now, it's about 135 or 40 of us in here. I would also like to bring the representatives from the new chapter, starting with Flint. Sheila Toynes Johnson, would you please come up? And also from Canton, I would like Lanya Wilden and Wayne Scott to come up. We have another chapter that's going to be online very soon, and that is in Lansing, Michigan. I would like to bring up the organizer, Mike Davis. ML Davis, would you come up, please? Come on up, ML. It was a lot of hard work driving across the state to get these chapters organized. They did a lot of work. They have their plan in, the strategic plan, and they're actively working in their community. We are also going to expand Region 7, not just with Lansing. Mike is actively working on Pontiac, Michigan, soon Macomb County, Michigan, and we have a chapter that's going to come up in Monroe, Michigan. So we're working all over the state to strengthen CBTU. We're going to make sure our chapter and region grows to make sure we protect workers around the country and around the state, because when Region 7 is called around the country, we show up to make sure we help workers out like we did at Nissan. So with that, I'd like to say thank you and give my folks their charters. Canton. And Flint. Thank you very, very much.
I would like to apologize. It was brought to my attention that I did not mention Local 132. So Local 132, thank you for your support. We keep growing no matter the obstacles. I would now like to call up the Scholarship Committee to announce the winners of this year's 2017 Leonard Ball James R. Bell, and Ronald Ryleford scholarships.
She said the scholarship committee, and that's more than just me. But while they're coming, if anybody has any raffle stubs, please bring them up. You know, we're selling tickets, $10 tickets, and you get prizes, such as the third prize is a Kindle reader, the second prize is an iPod, and the first prize is a $500 American Express card. And this money from this raffle goes into helping us pay for the scholarships. So if you didn't buy your ticket, please raise your hand and we're gonna sell you one, because after we get through with announcing the scholarship winners, we're gonna pull the raffle winners, okay? So if you need to pay $10 and don't take it down on Bourbon Street or the casino, invest right here, hold your hand up, and we'll sell your ticket.
This year, we had 22 applicants for 10 scholarships. In order to receive a scholarship, each applicant had some serious guidelines that they had to adhere to. If the guidelines were not met,
Angela, we need those tickets. Put your hand up so we can sell these tickets. Angela, you got the tickets?
she can't go. Okay, we had 22 applicants, and again, they had to follow the guidelines in order to qualify for the scholarships. We had 12 individuals who met all of the guidelines, all. That meant that the scholarship committee had to spend some long hours reading all of the essays of those individuals. And we tried to be as fair as possible. So each one of these judges had to assign a grade for the scholarship. We began our meeting at 3 and we ended at 7 that night. And we want to acknowledge the young men and women one more time, again, for the hard work, because every one of these young people put a lot of time into trying to fulfill the obligations. And again, I enjoy reading all. I read all of the 22 essays that were submitted, because reading those essays lets us know what our young people are thinking, what's on their minds, and we must begin to listen to our kids. So we're going to congratulate our winners and begin. They need to roll the names.
Roll the tape. Harold, roll the tape, please.
Okay.
It's music, soul child.
2017 Scholarship Award recipients.
It feels good right here.
Mariette Alagaba, attending Marist College, Poughkeepsie, New York, from the Chicago chapter. Give a round of applause. Let's go. Wonderful. Dean DeFreitas, University of Toronto, and McMaster's University, Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, from the Ontario, Canada chapter. Great. Nathan Hogan, Nassau Community College, Garden City, New York, from the Long Island, New York chapter. We have some guys this year, guys. Oh my gosh. Jared E. Hunter, SUNY at Stony Brook University, Stony Brook, New York, the Albany chapter. Vanessa McCormick, Mohawk College, Hamilton, Ontario, Canada chapter. Raven Nash, North Central College, Naperville, Illinois, the Chicago chapter. Deshae Simpson, Ferris State University, Big Rapids, Michigan, the Chicago chapter. China Sinkan, Howard University, Washington, D.C., the New York chapter. Nia Wells, Clark Atlanta University, Atlanta, Georgia, Chicago chapter. Rakisha Woods, Metropolitan Community College, Kansas City, Missouri, St. Louis chapter. Okay. Let's congratulate our winners.
They're rolling the scholarship committee's names real fast, but I want to call them out separately. I'll try to get them all to come up here. It's a lot of work. If you want to be on the scholarship committee, please join us next time. And while I'm calling these names out, 2 of our scholarship winners, I think, are in the house. I want the 2 young ladies. Like this morning, the lady said that the young kids belong to her, but the next level belongs to us, me, okay? And I am so proud of you. Mattia and Sydney, come on up on the stage while I call this committee people's names. So see what your money is bringing you. The committee members are Kimberly Garrett, put your hand up, from Capital District, Tony Elmore from the Capital District, Mary McLemore from the Capital District, Andrea McCormick from Canada, Felicia Samuels from Canada, Aaron St. Clair from Central Illinois, Rutha Bush from Long Island, Adrian Hudson from New York, Tamara Maxwell from Greater Kansas, Shelley Clements from Rochester, Linda Williams from New York chapter, Connie Means from Chicago chapter, Faye Davis from St. Louis chapter, Kirby Bryce from Connecticut chapter, Pauline Mims from Fort Worth. And we got 2 people that I want to thank. There's a little young lady running around here selling tickets and collecting money. Her name is Kiza Costo. She came up and said, "Can I help?" And she's just been selling tickets and running around, and we want to thank you wherever you are, because she's running around here someplace. And Angela Johnson's from Dallas. She just had her shoulder replaced a week ago, but she's down here trying to help out. And my honey, Petey Talley, she won't come on stage because she's been up here so many times before, but she does such good work, and she put together this video for us. Mattia, you're here? Where's Sydney? Are you here? This is our next generation. Okay. All right, so pull out your raffle tickets, because we got to speed this process up. You want to pull right there. Spin it. Oh. We'll wait. While we're waiting, let me tell you, what happens is after the applications are submitted, they're submitted to our national office, and then they're forwarded to me and my committee. We take very seriously that our young people must understand there's no do-overs. When you go out there in the real live world, if it says an application and tells you something to do, you must do it like it says. That's what the committee does. If you leave a blank, we don't know if you knew. The most common mistake is it says initial. Our young people check. They make X's. It says initial to say that you read this question and understand, what you're supposed to do. It doesn't say if it pertains to you. It says if you read the question. So some of your folks got thrown out because they didn't do that. Also, it says that it has to be postmarked by the expiration date, postmarked by the date. We recognize that our postal system sometimes is strange, so we go by the postmark. I didn't mean it like that, but I got something from Canada 3 weeks after it was sent, but we go by the postmark. If it says your sponsor needs to be a dues-paying member, that's what we mean. Would you put that in on there? Are we almost ready to pull? Because I don't want Terry Melvin getting mad with me. Are all the stubs in? Okay. Well, what else can I tell you? Then roll it around, and then we read and reread all of the beautiful essays. And I wish you could hear some of the wonderful things our children have in their head. Okay. That's that young lady that I said just came up and said, can I help? That's that next generation that we're looking for, energy. We're giving out 10 scholarships, $2,000 each. And in these days and times of what's going on here, kids need all the money they can get.
Thank the scholarship golf tournament
Okay.
business committees.
I also want to thank, we raised the money from, it's three-pronged. We raised the money from selling these tickets. We raised the money from the golf committee, the golf tournament, and I want to thank all the golf people. If you're here, please stand up so we can give you a round of applause. The people.
That's the first one they picked.
No, wait. They're not all in. They're not all in. They're not, got to go back in. We got the golf committee. Don't pull anything yet. Close it up. And the bid whist committee. The people who were working, and I couldn't play with them because I was working, but the bid whist night raised money also. You can't pull yet. They're still bringing the tickets up.
Does anyone have any more tickets?
5 minutes and then we're going to pull. 5 minutes and we're going to pull, so 5 minutes and we're going to pull.
Are we finished? Wow. Is that it?
That's it? No, they got a couple more. All right, I could do a script for you, but y'all pay me to put my clothes back on. Okay. All right. It has been said that we're going to go sit down. Y'all can still buy some more, and we'll pull the raffle after the awards. Thank you, committee. Thank you, Lady Lee.
Don't take the lady's stuff.
I don't take lady stuff.
That's hers, huh? That's hers. That's hers.
Okay.
That's hers and yours.
That's hers.
I have a Bible that was left this morning. So if it's yours, please claim it. It's right here. Congratulations to the to the scholarship recipients. I want to acknowledge these young women and men one more time for their hard work and advancement in education. We hope this further your success in life. At this time, I would like to call back President Melvin as it is time to give out the awards.
I'm back. All right, we're going to try to move this along. Now, thank you. Now, we're going to ask that those that are selling tickets, if you can sell the tickets and make sure we get all this together by the time we get the awards done, and then we will spin the thing and open it up and see who won what. All right? Because I heard a whole bunch of people saying, no, put it back. All right, first awards we're going to give out this evening is our chapter awards. This year we have 2 chapters that we want to recognize for following up and doing the work that we set out to do on last year on a consistent basis, and not just doing the work, but submitting the required reports that they're supposed to submit on a quarterly basis. Now, I know a lot of folks out there say, we did the work. Well, if we don't know it at the national office. So for those 2 chapters who were doing the work and reported the work on a quarterly basis, I want to ask the president of the New York chapter and the Ontario chapter to come forward at this time. Where's Charles? Charles here? He ain't here? Charles ain't here? I'm taking it back. Yolanda, thank you so much for the work that the Ontario chapter is doing, the chapter that is north of the border. But you guys really shine on a daily basis, showing the work that CBTU should be doing every day. So we thank you for your leadership. We thank you for carrying out the mission of CBTU every day.
Thank you very much. Wow. Thank you very much. I want to say thanks for the award, Terry, and to our brother Bill Lucy, a longtime friend for many who are not with us here today, but who have started the chapter. I have to say that there is a true story to this award. We have a board meeting. Terry gives us a laundry list of things that we're supposed to be doing. And then every month, he checks off these boxes. And quarterly, he sends an email and says to us, if it's not in, I'm going to phone you. But I don't want to call from him. So I make sure that we hand our work in, because the call sometimes can be worse. So that's why our chapter does really good work. But I have to say, you know, when I got elected as the president, it's because actually nobody else probably wanted the job. But that's okay, because I accepted it, because I wanted a good team. And I have a great team, and I'm going to ask the team to stand. Our board, our executive board members that are here, can you please stand? I also want to say this would not be done without the 40-some-odd delegates that we have here at convention. I'm asking you to stand. I see Steele over there, and they're not standing yet. But you know, we have thousands of union members and thousands of community activists at home. And without them and without these folks that you see here, this work cannot be done. We do good work on the ground every day because we work together as a team. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the work that you are doing. So thank you. So really quickly, you know, I think that this journey for me is like an elevator ride. And you know, you go up on different floors and you meet new people and you share your knowledge, you learn and you grow on this elevator ride. Now lots of elevators, you know, they don't have the 13th floor because people believe it's superstitious or there's bad luck. Well, bad things happen to us in our lives. But there's always a penthouse in every single elevator. And that's because I know that we're rising to the top every day. And I know that we can make a difference if we keep doing the work we're doing on the ground. Because although we are from the north and we're separated by water, I say it all the time, we're not separated by racism and crimes of hate every single day. And we have to continue to work together to do a good job on the ground. Because we're not doing this just for us, we're doing it for generations to come. And that's what's important, and that's why we do what we do. So I'm going to continue working with you, brother, Terry Melvin, in this organization, and our chapter is never going to give up because we're going to keep agitating and agitating and agitating until we get the work done. Thank you so much for this award.
All right, and Charles showed up. He's out in the hall, heard me talking about him, decided he would come and accept the award for the New York chapter. Now, Yolanda said, can I have a moment to say something? That was the longest moment I ever heard in my life. So Charles, you can have a half a moment to say something. Come on, Charles. Give Charles Jenkins a hand for the New York chapter.
Good evening, CBTU. Thank you to Mr. President and as well as President Emeritus of this here great organization. On behalf of the New York chapter, can I have my New York chapter take a stand? Can y'all stand and rise up with me, New York? The Coalition of Black Trade Unions, let me declare that 3 years ago, stepping into the shoes of the presidency of the New York City chapter, our chapter was committed to doing the work that has been led by Bill Lucy for 46 years. And we're committed for the New York City chapter to be the flagship chapter of this here great organization, following the great work that New York has led around the country. And it's our executive board, and it's all of our chapter members, over 300 strong, that continue to do the work in New York. We agitate, we're in our communities, we are the pillar in our communities, and I thank the New York chapter members so much for the tremendous support and the commitment to rebuilding in New York. And we make a pledge, Mr. President. We make a pledge that every city that we come into, to make sure that we give back financially to a black-owned establishment, which we was able to do when we was in New Orleans with the help of the Chicago chapter, as well as Detroit, putting economic justice back into our community. It starts with us and it ends with us, and I'm so glad to be able to do it through this here organization, which is extremely powerful. And let me just give a shout out to my union brothers and sisters here, 42,000 strong, TWU Local 100. Stand up and let's make some noise. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. The next award that we give out is, we look around our organization, and I'm gonna ask us all to be respectful of those that are receiving awards this evening. They're receiving them because we saw something special in them and they've worked throughout this organization. So we ought to respect them enough to at least listen to them in an attentive fashion. The next award is our Rising Star Award for 2017. And I'd ask the individual that is receiving the award this year is not with us, but I would ask her local Vice President, Alma Roper, to come forth this time. The winner of the 2007 CBTU Rising Star Award is Natasha Isma from New York City. Where Alma? Where Alma at? Alma ain't here? I'm telling Eddie. What? Where's she at? Huh? She what? She on her way? Where's she at? She don't feel well? Okay, come on up here then. Come on up here. She don't feel well. I want a doctor's note. It says, the award says, CBTU Rising Star Award presented to Natasha Isma. Continue to keep your eye on the prize for racial and social justice within the union movement and our overall society. Your best is yet to come, May 28, 2017. In grateful recognition, Reverend Terrence L. Melvin, President.
On behalf of DC 32nd, Local 1549, and the New York City chapter, I'll accept this on Natasha Isma's behalf. Thank you.
Next, we have our Special Recognition Award. Special Recognition Award is given to somebody who is consistently not only working throughout the year for the organization, but puts a special effort into the work that we do every year at convention. People think that it is an easy task to get together a convention that runs for now 7 days. 7 days, seemed like 700, but 7 days, pull everything together before the convention, get everything together during the convention. But this individual has been with us for quite some time. Sharice, I need you to come up at this time, I believe. That's my orders to tell you to come up before I give the award. This individual has been with us for some time and has been doing a stupendous job, and that is the CBTU sheriff himself, Smitty. Where is Smitty? Where the sheriff at? Smitty, stand up, man. Get up here. Y'all, everybody know when something going on, Smitty right on the scene, straighten it out. He the only one at the convention can look at somebody and they'll stop. And it says, he's so cool. All right, Smitty. And the award says CBTU Special Recognition Award presented to Arthur Lee Smith, Smitty, for your years of dedicated service to the members and work of the Coalition of Black Trade Unionists, May 28, 2017. And he has a shirt which the staff has got him that says, Smitty, CBTU Sheriff.
Thank you all from the depth of my heart. May the good Lord bless you.
Smitty is a man of few words. Next, we have our awards of distinction. The first individual that's receiving this award was not able to be with us on this day. But he is a young man that had come into the CBTU family some years ago and has worked diligently within his chapter and on international committees to help move the overall agenda of CBTU. He carries the CBTU banner in everything he does in his everyday work life. That individual is none other than Chris Wilson from the Ontario chapter, and I'd ask Yolanda McLean to come forth and accept the award on his behalf. Yolanda. She's gonna be real short this time. And the award says, CBTU Award of Distinction presented to Christopher Wilson for your continuing, untiring, and unselfish labors for workers everywhere as the struggle continues. The work that you have done truly speaks for you. May 28, 2017.
On behalf of Chris Wilson and the chapter, thank you.
This next individual that is receiving the 2017 Award of Distinction has been in the struggle for racial and social justice for quite some time, has over the years risen to the ranks as the second highest position in her union, and is an avid fighter for the rights of workers and for CBTU as an organization, as well as the other constituency groups in the AFL-CIO. And this is none other than Mama Liz Powell, United Postal Workers. Y'all can do better than that. CBTU.
Some people just so sneaky. Oh my God. God is good all the time. CBTU, on behalf of the American Postal Workers Union, my sisters who are out there with me on this trip, some of them first-time attendees, I thank you very much for this recognition. May God bless you and safe travels home.
Oh boy. The next awards that we're giving is the Legacy Awards. It is the William Bill Lucy Legacy Award that we created a few years ago. And this is presented to individuals who have not only worked within CBTU and within the movement to move our issues and our agenda, but individuals who have gone above and beyond the call of duty. Someone that has not just been doing it for a couple years or just came into the movement, but someone who has a legacy of lifting up injustice and fighting it wherever they see it, and also carrying and supporting the CBTU mission every day of their work lives. The first recipient of the 2017 Dr. William Bill Lucy Legacy Award is Diane Babineau from the Machinists Union. Diane Babineau. I want to tell y'all, as Diane is coming up, let me let you know how this is how Diane thinks. Diane announced her retirement as a General Vice President of her union, the first African American woman to sit in that position. She announced her retirement, and after she announced her retirement, she got on the phone and started putting in place plans on who she was going to have put in what positions to make sure the work that she was doing for economic and social justice within the movement continues on from her union. As well as I've told her, as you know, she's been running our Bid Whist tournament every year. And I said, I'm so glad you're retiring so you get that much more time to work on your CBTU agenda. The award says CBTU Dr. William Bill Lucy Legacy Award, presented to Diane Babineau for your tireless years of service to CBTU and the labor movement. When they said, don't go, you went on to continue to fight in the struggle for social and economic justice. The work that you have done truly speaks for you. May 28, 2017. Congratulations.
Ooh, I am so honored and surprised, trust me. But I want to thank everyone, and for the folks out there that's going to be the next activists and the activists like me. When you have reached your stone and you put your footprints in the sands, don't forget to always bring someone else along. CBTU has been here for a long time, and I wanted to go beyond that to 100 and some years when we're sitting back and we talk about the Coalition of Black Trade Union was there for us and always will be there for us. Thank you, and safe travels too.
This next individual has a long time also in working for and through our agenda in CBTU, has been in the fight for many years and has held membership in this organization longer than I have, as he reminds me on a regular basis. This individual happens to be my own local union president, who was not able to be at this convention, and this is the first convention that he has missed in over 25 years. And he wasn't, let me just tell you, the person that's receiving the award is somebody who has, for the last, I believe, 15 or so years, been sponsoring a party for this convention every Thursday of the convention for the last 15 years. And that is none other than Danny Donahue from CSEA Local 1000. I'm going to ask Denise Berkeley to come and accept this on his behalf. But I want to tell you the kind of person Danny is. He knew that he was going to be taking some time off work because he had to have some medical procedure done. Danny called me to say, I got to get this medical procedure done, but I'm not going to be able to make the CBTU convention. I'm like, man, you talking about a convention, you need to take about your health. We'll take care of the convention. We'll be there next year. So he was more concerned that we were going to miss him and he wasn't going to be in attendance to make sure that his members were doing what they need to do at the convention, that he called me before he went in to have his procedures done. That's the kind of person and that's the kind of commitment that Danny has to this organization. So I'm going to present this to Denise Berkeley and Lester Crockett so that they can get it to Danny.
We definitely will. It is just an honor to accept this for Danny Donahue. He believes in CBTU. Danny has been actively involved for over 25 years. So we're going to proudly give this to Danny for the 300,000 members we represent within CSEA. Thank you.
The next award is a new award that we created this year in CBTU. And we created it because there was an individual who fit many of the categories, but there was something so special about the individual that we thought we needed to not only highlight that individual this year, but create an award which we're calling the Humanitarian Award, that it will live on in infamy within the organization. This individual is always working within CBTU no matter what the struggles is. This is an individual that you can call at any time, I don't care where you are. And if she can help you, she will be there for you. No matter what her personal struggles is. I see her on Facebook all the time, where she is, what she's doing, what family issues she's going through, but she's always got time for CBTU and for the members of CBTU. She has a heart of gold. So I want to give the first ever CBTU Tish Taylor Humanitarian Award to Letitia Tish Taylor of the Chicago chapter, and ask her to come forth at this time. While Tish is making her way to the dais, I want to read the award for you. It says CBTU Humanitarian Award, and the next one will be the CBTU Tish Taylor Humanitarian Award, presented to Letitia Tish Taylor for your endless contribution to your community and society. You help the helpless, guide the lost, and support the needy. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? May 28, 2017, in grateful recognition.
Thank you. They got me. They got me. Oh, my God. Thank you. After 71 years, I decided to wear false eyelashes, right? I cried real hard at the gospel last night, right? This side came up a little bit. I was crying this morning at church, and this side came up a little bit. I'm crying now, so next time I hope they'll be up here. Thank you, thank you. You know, I was always taught that if you close your hand, you're holding it in, but you don't have nothing to give out. My grandmother taught me that you cast your bread upon the waters, and it comes back 1,000-fold. This is my 1,000. This is my 1,000. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
The last award that we give out this evening is the highest award that we give out annually at CBTU. It is the President's Award. It is given to somebody who not only fights in the struggle, but leads the struggle. To individuals that don't look to see which way the crowd is going, but stands up if they're out there all by themselves to do what is just and what is right. And this year's President's Award for CBTU goes to the President of SEIU 1199, George Gresham. I don't know if George is in the house. Is George in the house? George in the house? I know he had to leave out and take care of some things earlier. I didn't know if he was going to make it back. Don't know if 1199, and someone from 1199 in the house? No, they all went with George, huh? Everybody went with that. But that's the kind of man George is. He is always working. He is always working. So I'm going to read the award. It says CBTU President's Award for Senator George Gresham for your undying dedication. They made these glass awards, so you got to put them in the right place so you can read them. That's my line, and I'm sticking to it. For your undying dedication to the struggle for people of color and working people everywhere. You lead, inspire, enrich, and empower many to stand up and fight for what is just and right. You are a beacon of light and a hope for many. May 28, 2017.
Thank you.
All right, before we close out this evening, we on pretty good time. Before we close out this evening, Tish said you got to do the raffle. I heard you, Tish. I told him after we did the awards we were going to do the raffle, baby. Okay, she excited. Now she want to talk. See, Tish get up here and act like she ain't want to talk. Tish telling me what to do all day, every day. She calling me, texting me, emailing me. So Tish, y'all want to come on up and who come and do the raffle?
Let's spin it around. The first drawing is for the third prize, which is a Kindle reader. Come on, can you read that?
What do I read?
See that name there?
Zula Brown.
Rochester chapter.
Rochester chapter.
Come on up. Zola Brown, Rochester chapter, third place. Winner need not be present, so we'll make sure they get their award. Second place, an iPod. Can you read that one?
Yasmin Green, St. Louis chapter.
Second prize, Yasmin Green, St. Louis chapter. And the first prize for a $500 American Express card is no, that's not my name, but go ahead and read it anyway.
Nearlene Walker, Indiana chapter.
Okay, good. Would the winners please see me over here in the corner? Thank you, sweetheart.
It's almost that time, y'all. It's almost that time. I've been saying since we got here, I got about 4 more hours, y'all, 4 more hours. I hope you all enjoyed your dinner. Could we give our wait staff a round of applause for their hard work? Did a great job. After 6 days of speakers and panelists and workshops, okay, they still giving me notes. 6 days of speakers, panelists, and workshops, we find ourselves here tonight at the awards banquet. What I love about these dinners is that it's like a fancy dinner after a long day of church. Everybody dressed up in their best. Our souls have been touched. And who was at church this morning? Oh, bless the Lord. I mean, I thought if I didn't know better, I'd have thought Dr. Haynes was here from the beginning. And what about that choir? Now, y'all can do better than that. These are people who give up their evenings while you out partying, while you going from place to place, getting snack to snack and drink and whatever else and gambling across the street. They in here rehearsing, and they in here rehearsing, and they do it because they want to uplift the name of the Lord. So I want to thank everyone. Could the choir members please stand and get a round of applause right now? The choir members that are in the house, please stand. We thank you so much. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for your dedication. To Deborah and Anthony and Bubba. Everybody know Bubba? Everybody know Bubba? Bubba. I said, when I see Bubba show up, I say, everything okay? Bubba got everything under control. So we thank you for your continued support and leadership for our choir. And we also, I want to take a moment to thank AFSCME, like Local 1930, the library local out of DC 37. They saw, the president, Cologne saw that while the choir was rehearsing every day and missing all the parties, the other thing they was doing is not getting anything to eat. So he went back to his board and made a motion that they would supply snacks for the choir. So we want to lift up 1930 for just being that type of local that seen a need and met the need. And they sung much better when they had something in their stomach too. CBTU is a family. It was a family when I joined and still a family this day. When we plan these conventions, every year we think about 3 key things. What are the most pressing issues facing our community? What did we do last year that we should or should not repeat? And lastly, how the heck are we going to get all this done in only 6 days? I mean, these are some of the most packed and busy 6 days of any convention anybody has ever went to. And every year I get the same notes after the convention. Can you figure out how to build in some free time? And I respond to the person, yes, just tell me what you want to take off the agenda. We can't take education off the agenda. We can't take criminal justice off the agenda. We can't take health care off the agenda. And this year, we sure as hell couldn't took 45. I said I wasn't going to do that. I'm not even going to mention him because I might go off. But Pastor Haynes said it's all right sometime. But we can't take anything off the agenda, so we figure out how to reshape it and reform it. Tuesday, we had 2 7-hour trainings, an 8-hour seminar on Wednesday. Thursday, we started with a second line and ended with a town hall. Friday were presentations and speakers and the women's luncheon. Saturday were resolutions and panels and workshops and the gospel concert. And today was the worship service, convention reports and committee meetings. And finally, this dinner. This end of the convention meal. I've been waiting for this since I arrived. Every year, It is our goal to bring something interesting, informative, engaging, and educational to everyone who attends. And while that's our goal, it's our team that actually make it happen. I first need to thank our registration team. Could you please stand up, the registration team? Without you, we wouldn't have attendees. Y'all can do better than that. They had smooth registration. Some of us been here long enough to remember the years when you stood in line for 3 or 4 hours to register for the convention. They've cut that down immensely, so we thank them. Now, and then there is our special folks that start the day before anybody and end after everybody, and those are the sergeant at arms of this convention. Sergeant at arms, could you stand up and be recognized? Sergeant at arms, stand up and be recognized. They are always there for us, always on the lookout. They say you ain't got no badge, you ain't getting in. No ticket, you ain't getting in. They right there on doing their job, and we thank you. And they do serve pretty good as ushers on Sunday too. Thank you so much. To make this convention work, we all have to operate like a well-oiled machine. Our green room handlers were amazing. Would the green room handlers stand up? These were the people who made sure our speakers were checked in and made it to the stage when they were supposed to. Doing their job meant we didn't have to see them, so we had to give them a round of applause, those that are here, the green room folks. And then there's our transportation crew. They made sure that everybody got picked up and dropped off and have been running around the clock like the CBTU personal Uber. Let's thank our transportation team. Now, all y'all know this ain't done on cheap. Pulling off this convention is expensive, and without our merchandise team, we would never be able to break even. Y'all know them ones that when y'all be walking by, they say, you want a shirt, don't you? You really want a hat. And they even will size you up too. No, you don't want that size. This is better for you. Let's hear it for our merchandise team. Could the merchandise team please stand up? Then there's the AV team that makes us all look good, the camera crew in the back. Harold and his team, give them a hand. Could I have the office staff please stand at this time? They're the oil for this machine. They make sure all bases are covered. The office staff, please stand up, all y'all. They're the ones that deal with the logistical issues and people issues and even some of your own personal issues. Y'all know. Y'all know. These are the people that make the most of our convention run. But it takes a village to pull all this off. And I would like to recognize Marilyn Atkinson for her work with our youth every year. Where's Marilyn? Marilyn's been doing a great job with our youth every year. She always makes sure they have great, amazing programs. I'd also like to recognize Carolyn Williams and her stellar retiree committee. Where's Carolyn Williams? Thank you so much, Carolyn, for the work that you do. Their mini conference every year is always a huge success, and this year was no different. Let's give it up for Gabe White and the men's committee. Gabe White, where are you? I think I saw him back, he's hiding somewhere. The men's committee. Denise Berkeley and the women's committee, where are you? Then there is one of our youngest members of our staff, partnered with one of our seasoned members that's been with us for quite some time to make our carrot team operation work, Peyton Wilkins and Lula Oden. Could y'all stand up and take a bow? Let me thank our leadership team, all the officers and executive committee of CBTU. Could you stand and be recognized one more time? the leadership team, the executive committee of CBTU. I want to also thank the chapter presidents that are still in the room. How many of y'all still in the room? Stand up and take a bow. Chapter presidents. Now, there's a few individuals that I have to recognize by name. One, everybody knows. She's been here since before Bill decided he wanted to have a CBTU. About 2 years before Bill decided he was going to call that first meeting, he called Shirley Northern and said, I'm going to need some rooms, and she's been there with us ever since. Shirley Northern, the queen of CBTU. Give her a hand, everybody. We wouldn't have them rooms if it wasn't for Shirley. And then there is my executive assistant, who's been running me around and telling me what to do all week long, Miss Debbie Lee. Debbie, where are you? They have, the rest of them have found a new trick. When I get out of hand, what they do is they call Debbie. And then I get this, we need to have a talk. What you mean? We need to have a talk. Let's go in the office where ain't nobody there. And we have a talk, and we come out, one of us smiling, I ain't saying who. So I want to thank you, Debbie, for all the work you do in pulling all this stuff together and getting us all on the same page to make this work out the way it is. And then there's another person who worked with us for so long, she knows nowhere else to be during CBTU week, so she comes back every year, even into her retirement, to make sure we still doing what we need to do. And believe me, all of us keep going back to Miss Leela, asking her if we got it right. Thank you, Leela McMullen. Stand up, get recognized. And then there is our, what some people call new, I call brought back home office manager that should have never left anyway, Miss Robin Simpkins, who got it all under control. Where's she at, Robin? There she at. Y'all know Robin left. We end up with a temporary. We ain't had nobody. We had a temporary, and then found out Robin retired from her paying job. So we offered her a low-paying job. And she loved the organization so much she came back. So give her a hand for coming back. I'd also like to thank the two gentlemen who've been making sure I get around from place to place during the convention, and sometime moving me and sometimes stopping me, and that is Rob Mutry and Abraham Benjamin. Thank you so much, guys, for the work that you've done. And then there's the one that every time you come up to me and ask me, can I do something? Can I be somewhere? What I tell you, don't ask me, somebody find Sharice. Sharice Shomu, my administrative assistant. Thank you so much, Sharice. There she goes. Stand up again, because I need them to know who you is if they want me. Stand up. Don't call me, call Sharice. All right, let me see, where am I at? I get in trouble every year, so I'm trying to do this right, y'all. I get in trouble every year. Then there is the one that works on our educational programs and chapter development, Philip Allen. Where are you, Philip? Stand up and take a bow, Philip. He's been doing a lot of great work with our chapters, and we want to thank him. He getting baptized by fire in the CBTU. Thought it was going to be easy, huh? Also want to thank Sister Sharon Lovelady Hall, who had to leave early for the work she does on the Carol Anderson Leadership Institute. And I can't forget our social media guru, the one that really makes me look good and sound good. And all that stuff I said that y'all didn't like, he wrote. And all them good words, I just put him in all by myself. And that is none other than D-flat himself, Dwight Kirk. Where he at? Around here somewhere. He about there writing up something else. And then there's the one that every time something happens, you hear me calling one name. I don't care where I am in the convention. I don't care where I am at a meeting. Somebody say, something ain't done. I say, Fareed. My special assistant, Fareed Michelin, thank you so much for all the work that you do, keeping me where I need to be. Let me see. Let me also thank my family for being here. First of all, y'all heard my wife sing last night. Stand up, honey. She sang last night. Give her a hand. She let me come out and play with y'all. And then I brought my baby daughter with me. Stand up, Crystal. Crystal's here. She's the relief bodyguard. They take time off when Crystal's around. And then there's my son, Terrence II, who's out there making y'all DVDs for you. I like free help. See, I keep bringing in free help. We got to produce the help and bring it in free. And traveling with Crystal this year is her special friend, Minister James Upshaw. Now make it clear, they traveling together. They ain't in the same room. Daddy ain't playing that. Ain't no ring on it. Don't put no ring on it. Nothing going on here but the print. Y'all keep an eye on them. Get out of hand. Y'all know what to do. Well, well, well. This was our convention. It was about organizing, about building our future, about owning our destiny. This convention was about making sure we are skilled and trained and focused on the work at hand. Because when we get home, the real challenges begin again. The real struggle creeps in. Reality hits as we still get pulled over, as we still see our kids being killed, as we still see this 45th make a mockery of this great country. But when we get home, we have more tools, more networks, more energy to fight. The only thing that you're guaranteeing in life is the right to fight for your freedom. Your only freedom is the freedom to struggle to be free. So fight for your freedom. Organize for your freedom. Agitate for your freedom. Die for your freedom, because no one will give it to you. You have to take it. You have to earn it. You have to own it. Own your freedom. Organize for your freedom. Get free, my sisters and brothers, and be free from you, from others, and stand tall as CBTU. As we leave this place, let us leave here united like never before. Let us let those know when we get back to our homes, when we get back to our workstations, when we get back to our local unions. Let them know when we get back, we're not going to show up the same way we left. Let them know that we have a new energy, that we have a new vigor, that we have a new mission, that we're going to change our destiny, that we're going to take our rightful place in this movement and in this country. Stand with me, work with me, let's go fight like hell.
Thank you, President Melvin. Thank you, CBTU. Next year, we are in Orlando, so start booking your flights. And don't bother packing shorts, because we know we are in session from sun up to sundown. I want to thank all the volunteers, and I want to thank all of you who have stayed. The after party is in the Jefferson Ballroom on the 3rd floor. So grab your mask and I'll see you there. But before you go, I was asked to also recognize TWA. So please give them a round of applause. Thank you.